So I got off my call with my mastermind. It was a really powerful aha quote that I had. I didn't have time to do a live, but I'm like, that's my principle. That's my purpose now that I'm really trying to follow. So I just quickly posted the quote on my leaders page, and it got a great discussion going. It took 2 seconds of my time, right? But like, that's what I would really challenge you guys to do tonight. So Joy, I think we're going to get going then. I think she's going to get recording, and then we'll get going. So beautiful faces. My name is Sarah Gaub, and I'm just so stoked to be here. I have loved these calls so far. I can't really believe that I'm hosting one, but I'm super excited. If you guys were on that cutie Miss Jenna Beaverson, she is my coach, my PS. So I'm her upline. And if you guys want to connect the dots from this little training series so far, so proud of her. That call was amazing. So many awesome nuggets. I hope you guys were able to kind of get some goodies from that. But tonight we are going to be talking about how to take challengers and turn them into lifers and influencers. Because I just feel like oftentimes our challenge groups are overlooked as what a gold mine they can be to our business, whether it be lifelong customers and a referral streamline resource for us, and or opportunities to turn them into coaches and grow a business for them through that vessel of entering as a challenger. So that's kind of what we are going to cover today. I love open discussion. I love questions. I think it brings just the juiciness to a call like this. I'm not the one, I do have notes. I have actually 4 steps. I'm a big list person, again, triangle. So I have 4 things for you to take away, but at any time I will be watching the chat too. I think that just brings another level of personalization to it, and I don't want you to get off this call and have a question left. I want you to get off and feel like we were able to kind of talk one-on-one through this with a whole group of people at the same time. So, got it? Deal? Cool. All right. So I'm not real big into accolades and all that jazz. My name is Sarah Gaub. That's all you need to know. I'm one of you. I work my business from the bottom up every single day. My rank goal is emeralds over and over and over and over. That's really it. So I would love to just share a little bit of my preview on why I'm talking about this today. I have been a coach for 4.5 years. I have been through just Facebook groups, running challenge groups, to really resisting the tracker app, to trying the tracker app, to hating the tracker app, to skipping groups altogether, to completely dropping the ball on challengers, and now finally realizing, getting in a groove and figuring out what works in relation to what the missing piece was the whole time for me, and really truly connecting the dots with my challengers. So that's what I'm here to share with you guys. What I'm sharing today is simply through a process of a lot of failures over 4 years. Okay. Like I will preface any call or any training, what works for me might not work for you, and that's a-okay. What anybody has shared on these training series calls might not work for you, and that's okay. You got to figure out what works for you. And that's why I think taking one thing away and applying it is the best thing you can possibly do. Okay. So when I finally got my aha moment about what I was missing with my challengers is I have a Starbucks that I go to almost every day. Don't get political on me. I just go for the coffee. All right. I'll go there. I bleed green and iced Americano. So that's my jam. My daughter knows how to order my coffee. She's 2.5. It's just who we are. Okay. Whatever. What they do as a company ain't my business. If they make a damn good coffee, I'm going to drink it. So I go there, and they know me. They know my life. They know what's going on. They know what I drink. They know where I sit. They kick people out of my seat if they sit there and they know I'm coming. Like, they know me, and I know them. Like, I actually know what's going on in their lives too. And it's a relationship. And I got my coffee and I sat down and I just started just thinking about how nice it felt to be there, right? And I was like, I post about my coffee all the time on my stories, and I tell everybody, always asks what I drink, and I always tell them, and I'm like, that's what we want. That's what I want in my challengers. I want to create that relationship and that comfort level with them so that I can go the extra mile for them like these people do for me, because that's why I keep going back there to that one store every day. That's how I want my challengers to feel about my challenge group. is that's why they go there every single day, and they want to scream that experience from the rooftop because I make them feel so comfortable and loved and welcomed. Okay. So like I said, I have 4 simple steps that we're just going to breeze through, and then just at any time drop stuff in the chat box on maybe what you've taken away from that step, or another thing that you have to add to that step. So I'll peek at the chat box after I get done with every step, so we can kind of just dive in a little bit deeper and not get too far off track. Okay. Step 1, I will kick off this whole thing by saying, the journey to becoming an influencer or creating a lifelong customer starts from the share a cart experience. Yes, you've done all the hard work in building the relationship behind the scenes, and that is a whole different ball game, okay? That's not what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about from purchase on, but I believe that it starts at that moment you send that share a cart, and I think this is where we start selling ourselves short, okay? When I send a share cart, I add on everything that I used. I rarely send a share cart that's less than $300. Not for the price tag, but because they want to know what I'm doing, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to say, all right, I drink Energize. You're going to need 2 tubs of these if you're a mama. You're going to need 3 boxes of beach bars because these are going to fly out of your cupboards like hotcakes. And you're going to need Hydrate. And if you're doing the lifting program, you're going to need Recover. And you're going to need Shakeology and All Access. They want to know what I'm doing. That's what I give them. Okay. Now, it depends on the relationship too. So if it's somebody who I already know is tight on a budget, I might just add in Energize because they're a mama and they've already made it clear that they're tight on a budget. So I'm going to respect that, right? But I'm still going to share Energize. Or beach bars or whatever it might be, okay? Especially if I really know them and I know that they eat bars and snacks and their issue is snacking, right? Because I'm hearing their pain point. So I'm not just throwing a product at them. I'm meeting them with a solution to what they've shared with me as a problem. And I don't have to be shy about that. I say, hey girl, sorry, I got a little carried away. I was just filling your cart up with everything that I'm obsessed with that you see me post on my page. It's a conversation that I'd have with all my best friends. That's how I want them to feel right from the share a cart experience. And one thing I will share that might not be new to you, but I did go live on my team page not long ago, and this was new to a lot of them. So one thing I was hearing from my coaches is that a lot of times they get rolling in the invitation process and they get stuck at that last question. What flavor Shakeology do you want? And then they wait to hear back from them, and then they got to wait to hear for their response, and then they got to go back and send the share cart. I said, whoa, no, you don't. You don't need to know their Shakeology. They can edit it when they get to that point in the process of checking out. So as soon as they say yes, that share cart, as long as I have their email, is in their inbox. And I just say, hey, girl, I added in my favorite flavor Shakeology. Just because that's what you see me posted about every day. If you want to edit that or want help deciding on a flavor that best fits you, you can just do that in the checkout process. Therefore, I get them off the shelves in their hands, and they can edit it at their own pace. I think that is helpful for not dropping the ball and not having them go to another coach if they're waiting on you or whatever. So just get it sent, and do not be afraid to fill it up, because again, we have to be firm in what we're representing, right? And why be ashamed to share a product that they're already attracted to because of what we've shared? Okay, so level up that share a cart experience. Add on items. The other reason I love to add on items is because if they're ever hesitant about Shakeology or anything like that, I just send them the share cart link as a challenge pack anyways, so that they can see that the difference is very minimal. Okay, so let's say someone's talking to me and they're like, yeah, I don't need Shakeology. I have protein powder in my cupboard, whatever. I just want the all access, yada, yada, yada. I will send them anyways the share cart with Shakeology and or with the performance bundle or with Daily Sunshine, not to be resistant to their needs, but just to say, hey, look, I wanted you to take a peek at this first and look at the price difference. For $60 more, you get the discount moving forward on any products you want and a whole month supply of 2 of my favorite products if it's a performance line or Shakeology. So it makes a really big difference when they see that value in numbers in my experience. And sometimes they'll still say, no, I really just want the all access. And I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll just edit it and resend it. Take it off. Easy peasy. But at least I know I did my due diligence showing them what was best for their value, because that leads me to my next thing is I start everyone out, and disclaimer, I don't want to go against what your coach teaches you or anything like that. This is how I run my business. I set up everybody as a discount coach from the very start. Anybody that buys a challenge pack from me gets a link as a discount coach. And that's the other reason I always send them that challenge pack link, because I say it's already set up with you to get the free discount moving forward of 25%, because I know you are going to love the products that I showed you. Whether it be Shakeology, that's the other cool part about adding on Energize and bars, is because even if they don't want to stick with the Shakeology, they're still set up to get the discount on the bars or the discount on the Energize moving forward. And it saves me so much back and forth behind the scenes work, because what led me to this conclusion is I'm going to share something with you in step 2 and 3 that I do that really was a turning point in making people into discount coaches. And they were all getting on board saying, yeah, I want the discount, like sign me up. And then I'd have to go back, I'd have to do this return, or I'd have to do that form, I'd have to get them the refund. And it was like, I'm a single mom of 2 kids. I don't have time. I had to really streamline what was working for me. So this was a much better option to get them set up off the bat, like right from the start, and then just cancel with a quick phone call if needed. Okay. And then the last part of step 1 is follow up on these links, you guys. Follow up on these links. If you go into your share a cart and you go to view status, it will tell you if it's opened, if it's in process, if it's purchased. That way you will not drop the ball if you are looking at this frequently, okay? I personally use my iCalendar for everything. Every alert is in green, and I have broken up tasks throughout my day of everything I do for Beachbody, and I just put in repeat on the calendar. So I don't have to rewrite it in a paper planner, nothing like that. It just flows. So every single Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday on my calendar until Never Never Land, it repeats saying, Sarah, check your share cart statuses. Sarah, check your share cart statuses. That's a tongue twister. So I'm reminded to do that 3 times a week. So I'm no longer waiting to be like, oh, did they respond? Did they do this? Did they do that? You know, I'm always on my A game, and then I can always get them set up right away. And it gives me a reason to check back with them and say, hey, look, I was just checking off the stuff in my back office for today while I was sitting down to work, and I noticed you hadn't ordered yet. Like, makes me sound more professional, makes me sound like I have their best interest at needs, not like, hey, did you order yet? Hey, did you order yet? So anyways, you got to be on top of your stuff with follow-ups. Follow-ups is in the fortune in this arena too, not just coach invites. Okay. All right. So that's step 1. Let me peek quickly at the questions so we stay on track here. But haven't you explained what you do in a message and they have expressed interest before you do share cart? Dana, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Not quite sure I understand that question, hon. If you want to unmute yourself and let me know, I'd be happy to help. Yep, they can edit. Super awesome. How do you advise them about the discount coach $15 charge, and then if they enter their social, don't people freak out? So if you give them a reason to freak out, they freak out, right? If somebody's like, I just had laser hair removal today, and if they're like, it's gonna hurt, you're like, oh, it's gonna hurt, right? And if they're like, it's all right, you're gonna be like, it's all right. It is in your head, you guys. Everything we experience is in our head. If I give them a reason, I say, I'm going to send you something, but you're going to see this fee moving forward. You're going to have to enter your social. You're going to do this, this, and this. They're going to be like, whoa, that sounds like a ball of sketch. Like, no, thanks. If I just say, hey, look, I sent you the link to get you the best deal financially and all set up already with one click to be already enrolled to get 25% off anything I get you hooked on, because you're going to get hooked on something. I've literally, in 4 years of doing this, well, really consistently for the last 2 years, I've never had one person object to social. Never, not once. I know you guys are all going to have different groups that you roll with and crowds, and people are going to be more hesitant, but then I meet them where they're at and I explain them. I meet their needs, but I've never, not once had that at all. I do, if once they get enrolled, and this will come up in step 2 and 3, talk a little bit more in detail about what they're going to see moving forward with the fees and things like that. So I don't want to have anybody come in with a blind eye or pull wool over their eyes. I'm not trying to snake people at all. So they are fully informed, and I'll show you how in step 2 and 3. So they are well aware of any fees they will see or anything like that. But to get them in, I think, is the most important part, because once then I teach them about the fees, they're already becoming a lifer. They've already had the top-notch experience, and they're loving what they're doing. They're loving what they're learning. They're loving how they're feeling, and they don't want to stop that anyway. So a $15 fee does not even faze them when they find out about it in week 2 and 3. Okay? So, does that help? Anybody else? No? We'll go to step 2? Okay. Cool. Yes, how you approach it, Stacy, for sure. Okay, so step 2 is get them in a group. Again, like I said, I don't want to mislead you away from what you're doing or what works, and I hate when people get off a call and they like redo everything that's working for them. Only fix it if it's broken, okay? So for me, I have done everything from Facebook groups to just sending them emails to tracker app. And I will tell you now, I do 100% the tracker app, except for launches. So for launches, my whole entire team does a big group, like day 1 to day end of week 8 or whatever. Like that's what we're doing for Lift 4. My tracker app is an ongoing group. Okay. So that is personally what works best for me. Again, I'm all about time management and streamlining things as much as possible. So that is what I do, but you have to do you. One reason I love doing my groups off of social media on the tracker app is because I don't want people to connect coaching and what I do with constant notifications and being overwhelmed. Because think about if a challenger is overwhelmed with Facebook group notifications, and that's our first feeling or taste of coaching, imagine what they're going to feel like when we get them involved in all of our coach groups. And I say that because in step 3, you'll learn, like, this is my opportunity to teach them coaching is in a group. Okay. So I love that they're not connecting that overwhelmness with social media and their first experience as my challenger. And I love having an ongoing group because I don't have to worry about myself missing the ball on saying, like, not doing enough proper breadcrumbing and then enough calls to actions before my start date. Or if somebody doesn't respond to me in time and everyone else is on day 1 and they come in at day 14, they're going to get a whole different experience. So if they come in at day 14 and everyone's just having a grand old time, that's amazing. And I still give them a customized one-on-one experience by sending them what I call scripts, okay? And what that is I've shared it with my whole entire team, and I can even share it with you guys if it's helpful, but it's about a course of 17 different emails that I send on different days. So it's titled like, okay, day that they signed up, this is what they get. It explains the tracker app invite that they're going to see. It guides them to a process to help pick them a program. It tells them how to use BOD. I mean, literally everything. This is what I send them the Sunday before. Reminders to take measurements, blah, blah, blah. This is what I send them the first Monday, the first Friday, that first Sunday, and so on and so forth. And it guides them through the very first 30 days. So regardless of what day they pop in on my tracker app group, because it's ongoing, they're still, from me, going to get a customized experience of being guided through a program day 1 to 30. Does that make sense? Whether they're on day 14 or whatever, okay? And whether you do this via MailChimp, which is a free email service, and you can schedule them out. I use Google Streak. You can do whatever you want. You can set reminders in your phone and just send them PMs on Facebook. However you want to do it. It doesn't matter. You could even combine all of the nuggets I have and send them one weekly, so you're not sending them constant if you don't have a service that allows you to schedule them out. Again, make this your own. But that's why I really think that it has been a game changer for me running that ongoing group, and I've been able to level up that experience, is because I'm still giving them that one-on-one guidance through the program. And some things that they help walk them through. So it's picking their program, meal planning tips, reminder to do pictures, first week celebrations, goal setting, self-doubt, all that sort of stuff. But then it also digs into the discount. This is where then I plop in and I say, hey, look, like, this is what you're already enrolled as, and this is what you're going to see. This is what it means. If you are hesitant or want to talk this over more, let me know. Okay. So then again, they're totally informed on what they're getting into. And then I also, in these scripts, encourage them to share on social media. I give them tons of opportunities to start warming up to the coaching experience without even realizing that that's what they're going to do. Okay. Another thing that I do in my groups is I can share this as well if it's helpful, but I have a Google form. Just don't fill it out. Just look at it. But that I'm sending to all of my challengers. I did a trial run and I just kind of tweaked it, and I'm now sending this one I'll share with you out to everybody, anybody that I've ever helped. And it's basic, because how many of you have challengers where you're like, gosh, I don't even know what programs you've done anymore, right? Or like, I think you did the fix, but I don't remember. Maybe you started 80 day, but you kind of quit. And I know you had a really killer result, but I don't remember how much you lost or what that was. This is a Google form that will tell me all of that. And because I use Google Streak or whatever thing you use, you can upload Google form into an Excel document if you want, or Google Streak or whatever. So then it files out all their answers nicely for you. So anytime I'm chatting with them, I can pull up this sheet or this spreadsheet now and know where they're at, what they've done. If I ever need something to post on social, I can pull that up and look at all of those amazing things that my customers have celebrated, where their goals are, and it really helps me then guide them on another level. So that's a personal profile that I do in addition to getting them in my group. So that's kind of what they get when I tell them they're getting involved in my group, what that means, okay? I send them out expectations from the very start. Look, this is what you're going to get, okay? I'm not a revolving door. I have business hours. I will respond in 24 to 48 hours, like right off the bat. I tell them, and so they get expectations, they get guidance, they get that one-on-one experience, but then they get that awesome group community where no post goes unnoticed, okay? So level 2, or step 2, that's kind of the main bullets of that. Let me see if there was any questions about that. Yeah, all the leader thread that kind of created this call, I'll post these resources in there. So reach out to your upline for them after the call. And so I have a general 30-day script that I will share with you guys, and that's not program specific, but then I also do this for each program. So I just finished last night the first month of Lift snippets. that I just shared with my team, which I can share with you guys too. And I don't want to be overkill, right? And I don't want to, we have amazing templates in the tracker, whatever that's called, the program guides. I don't want to recreate the wheel. I'm all about working smarter, not harder. So what I do simply, like really what my lift check-ins are reminders about their photos, but then I ask them really deeper questions. Like, okay, week 1, I want you to start off. What is one thing you're going to work on in regards to your nutrition, in regards to your fitness, and in regards to your personal life? Because again, there's that Starbucks experience for me, right? This is not just about their food and their fitness. This is about connecting with them on a life level. So, and then Friday I ask them, how did you do? Where are we at? I want to know what their goals are. I want to know how they're treating themselves at the end of this program. And the emails have been a game changer for me because people will sit and write me back, and I check them once every other day or once every couple days. It's not like Messenger where people can be like, and like feel like you're supposed to sit there and respond like a chat text conversation. The emails have allowed me to continue to work so much more focused and diligently because I can respond to an email and not be expected to respond right back because email is just a different world, right? Maybe that's just the way I look at it. I don't know. But any questions on step 2? No? All right, let's rock into step 3. So this is leveling up your group. So the scripts are the more of the behind the scenes stuff that allows me to talk to them about more personal things, like I said. But in the group, you can level up too. So think about it. Our biggest vital behavior is what? In my opinion, being a product of the product. Okay. Our challenge groups are a community of people living this freaking vital behavior. Like, what? How are we not utilizing that? Like, that is so cool. It's giving us people that are already doing one of them. Okay. So why not bring in PD, recognition, and invitations? Live out the 4 vital behaviors in a group that already understands you, is already doing half the work, that gets the way you speak, that gets why you're passionate about this. Like, that was a huge aha moment for me, okay? So with that being said, bring in those coach activities to the very forefront of your group. Okay, make them feel like they are living, eating, breathing those 4 vital behaviors before they even realize what they're doing, so that when you do invite them, it doesn't feel any different than what they're doing. I have a call with her tomorrow. I just had a challenger, and because I ask so many personal things in my groups, I do something called Sunday Shares, and I ask them about their personal lives every single Sunday. Nothing fitness related. And one girl was saying how she was really struggling with, she hated her job. Boom, open door. I've invited her before, but this time I knew it was going to connect, right? Because she gave me that reason. And I said, girl, why? Look at what you're doing. You are already living, eating, breathing this. Like, you got this. Like, let's do this. You're already set up as a discount coach. Like, let's just flip the switch and get it rolling. I'm scared. I said, the only difference between what you are doing now and what you will do when you become a coach is simply share louder on your social media, because she already was sharing because I get them to share, right? I said, the only thing you're going to do is add at the end of those posts where you're talking about what you're doing in your journey is, hey, let me help you. That's it. Let me help you. All you're going to change is 4 words. You're doing PD. You're setting goals. You're being a product of the product. And boom, she's like, I guess you're right. Got on a phone call with me, and it's like, your invitations to coaching are going to be so much easier, you guys, if you give them this experience first, at least in my experience. So recognition, I do things like an 80-20 club. So I just simply and I love this for the Tracker app group, I can just pull up, okay, these dates to these dates, right? I can pull up the month. Let's say it's 30 days. What's 80% of those 30 days? Okay, they can miss 6 days this week. So then I go and I look at anybody that's logged 23 or 24 workouts, they're in the 80% club, the 80-20 club, right? So it's really easy for me to figure that out. You can do any fun, you can do these weekly, monthly, whatever you want to do. That's what I've done for a while now. And then I just do little boards. I shout it on my stories. I shout it in the group. I used to do prizes for this, but you know what's funny? I get the same reaction without doing any prize attached to it, because it's FOMO, it's pride, right? It's like your hard work, sweat, and tears that are going into getting yourself on that board. So I have really shied away from prizes, and I'll touch on that a little bit too. So I talk about work in my group, and I'm just starting to get better at it. I will say, hey, look, I crushed my workout, and I'm gonna go do a little bit of work and then unplug with my girls for the day. That's it. Okay. Or maybe I have a rest day and I'm sitting there binge watching Bachelor and working, and I'll just say, hey, I'm just finishing up a little work while soaking up some reality TV. Who do you want to win? The Bachelorette. But I said, hey, look, this is what work looks like for me, right? Just those subtle little breadcrumbs about coaching in my challenge group. Praise coach-like activities and initiate it as well. So if someone is really liking other people's posts, commenting, sharing value, I will shout them out in there and say, look, thank you, Tanya, for being so amazing and always like supporting everybody else's posts. Or if someone asks a question, I'll tag them below and say, hey, I know she'd be willing to share her story on this. She had really great results with this program. I use it as a community to help each other out. Okay. If I have a person who just started, as a challenger, who I really think would be an amazing coach, right off the bat, I will partner them up behind the scenes. Maybe with someone who's been a little off kilter or a little quiet in the group, and I will just say, hey, do you mind messaging her every week and just checking in and seeing how she's doing? Like, that's taking my job away from me. And she's also then being a coach, right? I also have done things where I will delegate somebody in my group to lead a week. So my groups, I do topics. So like right now we're in a series called the Summer Bucket List series. So we all a few weeks ago made a bucket list of things we wanted to do this summer, and we just talk about them. We share when we've crossed them off. It's just fun. It's not like a shredded abs or anything like that. Like I said, it's fun and it's about life. And then I get to see what they want to do in their hopes and dreams and visions for the future too. Cool. So then I have another reason to connect with them about coaching. So anyways, I will delegate then, like for example, before this bucket series, we did a month focus on goal setting. And that was really awesome because again, connected to coaching, right? So I got to teach them how to be better at goal setting, how to set daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, what SMART goals were, what this was, what that was. But then I would challenge each different person in my group. I'd give them a week to lead, whether it was posting funny memes or sharing their goals or whatever it was to align with the theme, or maybe just totally off track and just to be silly and funny based on their personality, but just level them up as a leader. And that is really key too. Tuesday, and this is done in the emails behind the scenes too, I encourage them to share their before and after photo on social media. And I am shocked at how many people actually do this. Do you know that I actually get more resistance from the coaches who have already signed up doing this than the challengers? Because it's not scary in their head, right? Like when you're a coach and you're signing up or you're posting your first before and after, I feel like you have it in your head like, okay, this is my before and after. I got to sell like 50 challenge packs off this one post. And when they're a challenger and they're posting a before and after, it means nothing to them. They're not getting anything out of it, but just sharing their journey. And that's truly where the magic happens, right? So like they are encouraged to do those coach-like behaviors before they know that they're scary. That's why where the baby coach who's on this call said she's a baby coach, that's why I think you're in such an amazing spot, is because you have nothing to get your what's between the ears off track. You have nothing to convince you that it's hard or scary or anything like that. So I really love molding them before they're even a coach because they're much more pliable, in my opinion, as our upline. So let me see. We do things like Friend Friday. Again, these are behind the scenes emails, and then we can trickle them into the challenge group if needed, or I'll celebrate them like, hey, so-and-so invited her friend and she said, yes, she's starting next week, or we'll celebrate the wins in the group like that. But I'm guiding them through these more via the emails, and you can do them however you want, but everyone asks a friend. Anyone that asks a friend, maybe I'm going for a big goal and I'm pushing, and then I'll attach it to an incentive, like however many friends you invite, I'll give you a $5 gift card or whatever. I don't know. I'm thinking out of my butt right now. But and then again, make sure to level up in their personal life too, because that's really what has allowed me to connect my invitations in my challenge group at a deeper level and really understand that how I know that this opportunity is going to change their life, not just because I know they're addicted to the products, right? But how I know it's going to change their life on a personal level. And then step 4, is there anything on step 3? Let me see. Sorry, I don't want to get off track. Good. Erin's been doing emails too. I like that. Good. Doing PD in your group and it's going amazing. Yes, I love doing PD. Do I ever take people out of the group if they aren't participating? No, never. You guys have no idea how many times I have had people complete fly on the wall and then they come out of nowhere and they have turned into coaches. I never cut off my love and support. I won't email them weekly if they're not responding. The only people that get emails from me are the ones that email me back, right? So like, I don't sit and waste my time like banging my head against the wall on the people that are just ghosting me, but I will never remove them, because same with my team. I do not kick anybody out of my team page ever. Once they are a part of my team, they're a part of my team forever, unless they like are doing crazy crap and poaching and, you know, whatever. Then I will lay my mama foot down and protect my team. But yeah, and some people don't roll that way, but it has done nothing but benefit me in my business, because I have had so many people miss what they left, but still kind of see it and still get that whiff of what they're missing and then want to come back. On PD, do I have everyone do the same book? No, in the emails and you guys might get older, so I'll give you the template, but I have since then tweaked it. I constantly tweak it. I just haven't put in the tweaks into another PDF. So again, take it and do what you want. But the one I'm currently doing, it's saved in my snippets in streaks. So it's really time consuming for me to copy and paste every time I update it to a new document. So just kind of take it and tweak it as your own. But I encourage them from the very first week to commit to a book and then email me back which one they're going to do. And I give them a list of recommendations. She was one of the coaches that never signed up for months. And here she is. Yay, Laura, glad you're here. Okay, so step 4. So sharing is step 4. So for so long, I felt like I had nothing to share because my groups totally sucked balls. Like they were terrible. They were absolutely embarrassing. I felt like I didn't even want to be in my group. Like I was like, this really stinks. Like I don't have anything to say. There's no energy. It's crickets. It's this, it's that. So why was it dead and why did it suck? Because I was saying it was dead and I was saying it sucked. Okay. No matter how much you guys say, I'm doing everything to change, I'm doing everything. It's like, I don't care if you are doing everything that you possibly can. If there's something left in your head that's saying that your group sucks, your group will suck. And I know that's like crazy hogwashy kind of stuff, but I promise it is so insane how much it works. Remove that and you could do half of your to-do list and your group will magically turn around. I promise you this. The power of your mind is freaky, freaky, freaky strong. Okay? So please, please, please continue to try everything you're doing, but remove that little piece saying how bad it sucks, and then it won't suck. So I wasn't leveling up the experience. I was putting in the energy in the negative space and negative was coming, okay? Direct that more towards positive and uplifting and absolutely rockstar A+ experience, and it will be an A+ experience. If you don't have any challengers yet, or maybe your challengers are kind of like you need new ones, right? That's okay. You still have something to share if you're a part of a team. That's why I love co-hosting my groups with my coaches, because everyone will always feel like they have results to share. If I post in a team group, and again, ask them, give them like teasers of things to share. I'll say, hey guys, happy Monday. What was your best win over the weekend? Boom, 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 boom. They'll post. Guess what I can do, and all of my coaches on my team? They can go do a screen recording on their phone. If you've updated iOS, you can do that. Awesome feature for stories. Or you can screenshot it and then post it to stories or whatever you want, and say, look at how cool it is that all these people in my group have had all these awesome wins over the weekend. How was your weekend? Like, own it as yours. It doesn't have to be your personal customer. It can be a win of someone on your team or someone on your team's customer. I don't care. We're all in this together. So we all share it as if it's our very own person that we sent a share cart to. And that just builds momentum. Okay? You have to be proud of owning what you're a part of, and then you're going to be proud of sharing that. So again, like with these emails and asking them these wins and kind of pulling these answers out of them, it gives me so much content to share. Okay. Even if it's a negative, even if I say, hey guys, what are you guys struggling with? I'll share that on my stories. That also then gives me a million different things to post about, because the best posts are the ones that speak to people's objections. What better objection than someone that's already in your group that you can speak to, that you can help them overcome? So I think that that's really powerful too. Don't be afraid to utilize your challengers in every way possible, okay? If one person responds, I'll say, hey guys, I've gotten so many questions about this. One person, might have even been my mom. I don't care. You literally act like you are getting overloaded with emails, because then you will get overloaded with emails, you guys. I promise you, speak it and it will happen, okay? So don't just share the before and after. Share the fun, share the silly. I had my lifters post a GIF of how they wanted to feel at the end of this, and I screen recorded and I shared that on my stories. Just your followers to see that you have fun with these people, and it's not just sweaty selfies and this, that, and the other. Like, I think that really makes a big difference and might connect the dots for a lot of people. And it helps me speak to my friggin' circles. Drive me bananas. Just kidding. I like you, circles. Those of you that were at Summit, everyone else has no idea what I'm talking about. And the last thing in step 4 of share is that don't be afraid to share the coaching opportunity. So I run glimpse groups with my team monthly, and I always will invite in my group, like as a post or via email. So at the end of the month, when I'm shouting out my 80-20 people, maybe I'll just pull apart the 80 people that logged 80% of their stuff, because they're not only a vital behavior person, but they're rocking that vital behavior. And that gives me an awesome turnaround into an invite and say, hey, look, you literally have crushed now the 80-20 board for 3 months in a row. Like, you're more committed than a lot of coaches on my team. I don't know why you wouldn't try to make some extra cash out of this, or at least get your shakes paid for. And it has taken such the ish factor out of inviting for me. It's my safest place to invite, and I absolutely love it, and I want you to get that way too. But doing these 4 steps has really, really, really changed the game for me in my business. And I'm not going to say I've exploded my business and I've become 15-star and blah, blah, blah. That's not the truth. But what I have done is I have more retention than ever. I have more HD than ever. I have more customers on multiple consumables than ever, but it's because I'm giving them that opportunity to trust me to try them first. So in closing, stop and think first. I don't want you to think that, your challenge group, so many times I feel like people are like, okay, it's got to be a post a day, and I got to do a giveaway, and I got to do a drawing, and we got to play bingo, and then we got to do, I'm like, oh my fucking, no, like, you don't. You just have to freaking go in there and just be you, right? Like, don't make it about all that crap. Here's the other thing about that is that's cool. If you do that, that's awesome. I don't have time for that right now in my life. But the other thing is, I don't want my coaches to come in and feel like they have to like play all these games. I mean, you get me at a baby shower, the moment they pull out of games, I'm gone. Like, that's not my jam. And I will not do it in my groups either. But like, I don't want them to come in and feel like they have to do something they don't like to do, right? I don't want them to come in and feel like they have to have this friggin' case of boxes full of random prizes to give away, or they have to spend $30, $40 in tank tops every month. Like, I want them to come in and be like, it's really that easy. The only difference is, can I help you? Will you join me? Those extra couple words at the end of their post. That's what I want the experience to be for them, is that's the only differentiating factor. Okay? I want them to come to my team because they feel amazing, not because they won a really cool tank top. The cool tank top is a bonus. And I'm not trying to bash that or knock that. If that's amazing, it works for you, great. Okay. But again, I like I said with my 80-20 post, the FOMO is real, you guys. The FOMO is real. It's almost more powerful than those prizes. But just whatever you do, make sure you do you, and you give them that experience of how your team environment is. Because the other thing is, I want the transition from my challenge tracker app to my coach page to be seamless. I don't want it to be much different. And in my team page, that's the other reason. Like, I do Sunday shares every single Sunday for 4 years in my team page. And I started doing that every single Sunday in my challenge group. Because again, I want that transition for them to be seamless. All right, that's all I got, guys. Any questions? Comments? What else works for you? Anything else you guys want to share that I might have missed? How do you handle people promoting other products that are not Beachbody, even though you've asked them not to do so? It depends on the product. I've never had that happen. And I'm not to say it won't, but maybe, Natalie, it could be because I lay out those expectations. But here's the other thing. Like, I have a lot of like Rodan and Fields people in my group, and they don't promote their products ever. But what I do is I will shout them out, and I will say, like, look at, they reached a milestone in their business or whatever. Like, it really is that community of love no matter what. You know, I have a girl that is in my challenge group, and she makes these cards. And I post them there all the time. Hey, anyone want to buy from Allie? Like, whatever. Like, I'll celebrate her. I want them to feel loved and supported no matter what. If it's like Herbalife shake, then I'll say, hey, look, you can drink that if you want. I don't care. But I really would prefer if you don't put the name there. Okay? Because this is my livelihood. I've had that happen once, and that was 3 years ago. And I just let them drink it. They just couldn't say what it was or, post the logo or anything. But so yeah, I guess it depends on what kind of product. When I say customers, are these people who decided to cancel their coach account since you said you sign everyone up as a coach? So I've only started doing that maybe for like the last 8 months. I've gone on and off on that in the past. And I think the reason it wasn't working in the past was because I didn't do these one-on-one connections. I didn't level it up. But if they do cancel, I consider them a customer as a discount coach. I treat my discount coaches just like I do my customers, because I give my customers this experience where they're exposed to coaching just like my discount coaches would. I don't want to add more to my plate and be like, this is a customer, this is a discount coach, this is a VIP, this is a blah. Like, I just need customers, coaches, black and white for me. Because if my customers are getting that experience, I'm going to have more turnover than I'm just giving that special attention to a DC. That's just how my brain works. But yeah, if they've canceled a coach account and just been a customer, that means that they're the same in my book. I do groups only in the app, except for launches. So like my Lift 4 right now, for example, I'm running with my team-wide on Facebook, my whole downline. But I also am encouraging my lifters, my Lift people that have been in my tracker app, to still log their stuff in the app, because that's how I know how to coach them. So I've sent them all emails and I've explained to them, actually it's going out tonight, but I've sent them all emails and I've explained to them, like, use a Facebook group. It's so high energy. It's amazing. It's just for this program, but please still track so I can make sure you get on the 80/20 board. Please still track so I can make sure to shout you out in there and, you know where you're at and all that. Cause that's how I keep track of them. Whereas if they're in a big Facebook group, I don't know if Susie worked out last week, but the tracker app allows me to know that. No other. Do you send messages from the coach portal or do you just email? Both. So it depends where the conversation is. So like usually on Fridays, I'll send a big old mass one from the coach portal to everyone just about my life. Ooh, good thing. Great question, Steph. Last thing. So I don't just ask them to be personal. I am personal. Okay. I'm going through a divorce. They were one of the first groups I posted to about that. Even I think before my team page, actually, because they're my people, right? Like if they don't know what I'm going through, what I'm struggling with, if they think I'm just showing up and life is dandy and amazing, then they're not going to relate when I give them tough love, when I get the emails, oh, I had a hard week. Oh, I had this. Oh, I had that. And I'm like, yeah, girl, I get it. Now I get it. Like I always have got it, but now they know why, right? So I think that is really important for me to be just as vulnerable with them. So those are the emails, because if I send a mass email to everyone in the tracker and there's like 150 people in there and they're not really my active ones, I don't want to be like, hey guys, good week. We're heading into the weekend. And they're like, yeah, I haven't worked out in like 3 months. What's she talking about? That's more of like an email to everyone just saying, hey, I'm here. This is what I'm doing. This is what I have going on, and this is how I'm planning around it. More of those guided one-on-one on meeting them where they're at, that's done via, our conversations that we end up getting going through my scripts responses. But yes, being vulnerable and sharing my personal struggles has been a game changer for them because I give them tough love. I actually told a challenger yesterday, I said, my last straw, she sent me, it was a hard week again, and I'm this, that, and the other, and I had some, she said slim fast shake, and I'm like, all right, girl. I said, look, I get life is hard, but clearly you're not ready, and that's okay. But I'm going to put my time and energy into the people that are ready and meeting me where I'm at, and I'm giving this 100% right now. I'm always here for you. I will always have your back, but let me know when you're ready to see what you're capable of, to see what I see. Okay? Because I see you as someone who has that 100-pound weight loss goal who's going to crush that. And I don't think you see that yet. And I'll tell them that. I'm going to tell my coaches that too. So again, I treat my customers just like I treat my coaches. Did it take you long to make all your emails, and how organized you got? No, I mean, like I said, I've kind of edited it and I've kept it in streaks. So you guys are getting an older version because I haven't updated the PDF, but just you'll see kind of the outline and be able to level up a notch. Like I talk about energize in there. I haven't added in my beach bar one. I talk about beach bars now because it was before the launch. But then it's really easy to tweak as things come out and as things change. So yeah, no, once you have the nugget, like the bones of it, it doesn't take long. Am I a square or a triangle? What do you think? Hi, Sid. My little baby girl. All right, guys. Well, I will respect your time and let everyone go. I'll get those resources added to the thread of the leaders of these calls, and let me know if you guys have anything else. I'm happy to answer. Bye, guys. Thank you.